Welcome back, my quick crypto family and coin factory family, back with once again another live stream. 41 days in a row. Honestly, these streams have been amazing, therapeutic for me even. It's great to sit here daily with all of you to talk more about crypto sentiments, Casper sentiments, and what is incoming. As we can see from the title in this live, we have confirmation alpha of a new US exchange that is gearing up to list Casper. We're going to showcase it in the video, in the stream. Very, very big news. We're going to speculate about who it may be. Of course, we'll have to wait and see who the exchange will actually entail, but ultimately still, it is still very, very, very bullish news once more to see that Casper's adoption is growing. Keep in mind as well, the biggest investors in crypto right now come from America, and right now, America do struggle. I know you guys, most of you who are Americans, they struggle with getting access to crypto due to regulations. You have to use a VPN. People use Uphold. Uphold is perfectly fine. People, you have to use a VPN to get access to other exchanges. So having a new US exchange is going to be great for getting more access to Casper. So very, very big news incoming. As always, if you enjoy these streams, I'll be doing them daily. Leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. Jay Honey, my man, welcome to the stream. In nice and early today. Keep on trucking, building that Casper bag. You know it. Yo Cody, welcome to the stream. Mr. Marsh, your day has started with a headache. I'm very sorry to hear that, my man. But of always, relaxing content here for you. Get some Casper price hopium. I've got that for you, my man. Don't worry about it. Welcome, yo, toggle delay. Let's go. So without further ado, I'll get straight into it and showcase the video in question. The leak that I saw earlier while scrolling through Twitter, I also put it in my free to join Discord server. I'm linking in the chat as always right now. For those who want to understand and see market sentiment a little bit earlier, and crypto and Casper sentiments, you want to know about stuff earlier and just have a better interactive community, then by all means please feel free to join my free Discord server in the chat right now, in the description of the video, and also on my YouTube homepage. But without further ado, we've got this video here, this very, very big video here, confirmation alpha, if you will, from Rock the Casper. So this is the Casper team effectively themselves confirming that a listing on a US exchange will happen either September this month or in October, so less than 2 months away now. Very, very big news, so listen very closely. We'll talk about this later on in the video, in the stream as well, but listen very, very close to those who are early and, you know, very bullish what's happening right now.
Going to be sort of... So here is the alpha. There is a new US exchange coming. Yeah, massive alpha. Now the rumour is it's going to be sort of September, October time. And there you have it, straight from the bird's mouth.
Huge.
So
there you have it. Not a long clip, but important nonetheless. This is confirmation here from Rock the Casper, which is, you know, the part of the media team of Casper. So Casper themselves there have confirmed that there's going to be a US exchange, a new US exchange listing Casper in the next 1 to 2 months, if not even earlier than that. Could be sometime this month, could be sometime next month, but ultimately still very, very big news. More ways, more access for institutions to get hold of Casper. Now, who could this be? We have to wait and see. There's speculation it may be Kraken, because Kraken have already confirmed in the past that they do have a spot listing already secured with Casper. They confirmed that, so it could very well be that we're going to see a Casper Kraken listing either this month or next month. That'd be very, very big news. We have to wait and see. Of course, we don't know who it will be until the announcement properly made. But speaking on top of that, I want to talk about, you know, once again, the catalyst that will come with Casper with these exchange listings, whether it be a tier 1 or not. Exchange listings in general are very, very big, especially if they are US exchange listing. Because if they are US exchange listing, then well, again, as I mentioned at the beginning of this stream, the United States right now, people who live in the US residents, they have a very limited way to get access to Casper due to regulations. They have to use a VPN to be able to get access to the exchanges. You can't get MEXC, to my knowledge, without a VPN. I think the same thing with Gate, KuCoin. To my knowledge, again, I might be incorrect on that. I don't live in America, but from what I've heard, I think you need to use a VPN for all those exchanges. So with there being now a new US exchange coming to Casper, that means with that being the majority of my audience I know is from the United States, I know that would be very, very bullish for you all watching the stream right now. We know Kraken have already confirmed that their US exchange, and maybe Kraken, who we have to wait and see. But it could also, I know that, yeah, as Mr. Master said, yeah, I know you don't need a VPN for Uphold. I know you don't need a VPN for Uphold, but I know that Uphold exchange fees wise are quite expensive, so people don't try to stray away from Uphold from time to time to use a cheaper and maybe better, well, a better choice of words, better exchange, cheaper exchange though. I personally right now use L Bank because they are a got very, very low fees. And then I transfer my Casper holdings from L-Bank to a Tangent wallet. But for the most part, there are very limited ways to get access to Casper in America. So a new US exchange will be very, very big. And yeah, when I mean new exchange, I do literally mean a new exchange. At least from the understanding of what this video is talking about, it's literally a new exchange. It's not. So that, again, ultimately very, very big news. And we're going to talk about, again, more exchanges that could be coming for Casper. We're obviously going to be talking about mainly the tier ones, because tier ones are what's going to cause the most parabolic price movement for Casper. But still, exchange listings that are going to be available in America in itself will be very big, I'm sure. So without further ado, I guess in continuation of that point, Coinbase is another major tier 1 exchange that's also regulated and based in America. Now, I doubt it's going to be America. I could be wrong. I'd love to be wrong, but I doubt it's going to be. I doubt it's going to be Coinbase. I could be wrong. I'd love to be wrong, but I doubt it's going to be Coinbase Exchange. But we do know, we already have information that Coinbase are bullish on Casper. We had I'm quickly going through my notes in my Discord server regarding Coinbase stuff. I made a weekly post on it recently about the fact that the connections to Casper exchange. We got this post here, which this is reposted from the Crypto Galaxy, but we've seen sort of other people as well, where you got here Ibrahim Usul, who is now recently he's become part of he's the managing global business development director of Coinbase as of 4 months ago, so very, very recent. But he made a post where he was basically just covering his bullish stance on Casper. He's an investor of Casper, we can see here as well. He's very, very bullish. Also on the 10 BPS migration, it's very, very big news. And we also know, we have confirmation here, as I showed in my previous streams and videos as well. Casper was envisioned by research and development company DAG Labs through the investment of Polychain Capital. Polychain Capital is a venture arm of Coinbase Exchange. Polychain paid $8 million to rent the brainpower of the team above, including the likes of Shai, Michael Sutton, Mike Zak, Jonathan Sobolinski as well, for over 3 years to research and develop Casper. So we know Coinbase therefore is heavily involved in Casper's initial research of Casper. So Coinbase are involved. That's again proof to me and gives me belief that Coinbase in due time will want to make good of their investment and want to list Casper. Kraken again already confirmed that listing. That's the two biggest exchanges in the America side of things that I can currently list on top of my head. Obviously got other exchanges as well, like Binance as well, OKX, which I'll get into in just a moment. If it's literally a new exchange, it can't be Kraken. That, yeah, again, from the sound of it, they did say new exchange. Now, it does sound like it may mean a brand new exchange. It could just mean a new exchange is coming to Casper, which may just mean a new one that Casper's not experienced before. I believe it might be the former instead of the latter, so it probably won't be Kraken, but at the same time, who knows, there's speculation that it may be Kraken throughout the listings. It may be a tier 1, so either way though, it's still major alpha to see that a new exchange, an exchange in general, a US exchange, is going to be listing Casper very, very shortly. Yeah, that's kind of the speculation, Mr. Miles. Right now, again, we have to wait and see. We may get an announcement in the next few weeks, may get an announcement in next month, but as it stands right now, they've clarified new exchange. Now, whether this means a brand new exchange, which probably therefore means it won't be Kraken, or whether it just means a new exchange coming to Casper, which therefore means it could be Kraken, we just have to wait and see. I cannot say for sure myself right now because I don't have the information on hand, but we have the alpha here regarded from Block the Casper confirming there's going to be a new US exchange listing coming to Casper, which just basically means, again, more ways to get access to list and buy Casper, trade Casper. And again, for this being the fact that America right now with their strict regulations, it's very hard to get access and trade cryptocurrencies in general, especially like Casper without Uphold Exchange, has to use a VPN. They're just very, very big because it'll also help. I'm not going to, if it's not a tier 1, it may not cause a drastic pump. We have to wait and see what happens, but it's still going to cause a more adoption to Casper, which again is going to help benefit in the price for Casper going forward as well. And then of course we've got other major exchanges as well that have got connections to Casper. OKX are part of the Casper Ecosystem Foundation, the KEF, the team that is currently in charge of pushing out the KRC20, which we had confirmation yesterday that KRC20 is officially going to be relaunching on the mainnet on the 15th, just 5 days away now. On the 15th of September this month, 5 days away now, we're going to see the full relaunch of KRC20 on the mainnet. and the OKX are part of the OKX exchange are a venture arm of the KEF, the team that's been part of that. So that could be very, very big as well. They're not a US exchange, but it's just another connection to another major exchange that will, in due time, in my opinion, list Casper. And of course, then Binance. Binance, of course, being the big exchange, just short of 12 billion 24-hour trading volume, just short of 11 million weekly visits. Very, very big exchange. The biggest exchange in the world, no doubt about it. And they have massive connections to Casper already. We've seen them launch a Casper Futures, which is very, very big. They last month launched a zero fees mining pool for Casper. And they also then held an AMA interview with Casper representatives like Nicholas Sismore, who used to work for Binance US head of listing, who now works for Casper. Also with the likes of Wolfie. He was also part of the interview with Binance, and they spoke, many bullish announcements about Casper and stuff in general on Binance Exchange. And that AMA, I'm going to try and get the post up so I can, quote it easily for you can see it for yourself. But that AMA did amazing things for Casper. That got so much attention, so much adoption. Obviously, we can see here the zero fees mining pool again, so very, very big. And then we can see this post here, which happened, on the 24th of August, so about a little over 2 weeks from now, just close to 3 weeks. There was an interview held with Binance and Casper, which had over 75,000 views, which is insane, more than their return to India. So Binance evidently is very, very bullish on Casper as well. There's no doubt about that. Not to mention as well, because again, the FOMO is there. There's enough belief in the project. Binance are going to see this. See that Casper got 10 times more views on average than most of their streams, and 20k more than their return to India, which is a very, very big announcement. They're going to realize that Casper's one that's got high demand for it. And not to mention as well, moments after that announcement, like a day or two after this interview, they then released a blog regarding hash rate, understanding hash rate. A blog that if you read that blog, you get 100% understanding of what hash rate is, and that's great for a proof of work project like Casper. All this information that I'm providing right now is stuff that I've put in my free Discord server. Again, if you want to learn more, feel free to join it. The link's in the chat right now in the description, and also on my YouTube homepage. But again, this is very, very, very big news, and I'm very bullish in what will come for Casper going forward. Right now, we can see Casper on the daily time frame is up 2.65%, currently valued at 16.4 cents. It's the only crypto asset right now that is pumping effectively. Obviously, we've got some other assets like Luna, but no one really cares about Luna anymore. It's kind of done its whole pump and dump rubbish after the whole scandal. But Bitcoin is basically not moving again today. Ethereum is down, but Casper is one of the few projects right now that's pumping, and this is back on the back of the FOMO of KRC20 relaunch being imminent, and it's also on the back. I also suspect it's probably on the back of this FOMO that's just come out as well regarding a new exchange listing. So again, I'm very pleased to be in Casper right now when it's valued still so cheap, in my opinion, so undervalued. Now, in saying all this bullish momentum, I still do hold my stance personally in believing that in the days and weeks to come, the fact that the Fed meeting about interest rate cuts is going to be happening on the 17th and 18th of September, so just a week away from now. I still do hold my stance on the belief, my personal belief, that poaching KRC20, Casper will probably continue in this sort of fashion around this region of price. I'd like to believe. If it goes higher, great. If it goes lower, so be it. But I'd like to believe it's going to hover around this region for the meantime. And then approaching the rate cuts, depending on the severity of the rate cuts, we could see a correction with crypto. Bitcoin go down to 50k, if not lower. People speculate 40, people speculate 38k, and Casper will come down with it as well. But the KRC20 will help stem the bleeding, and potential exchange listing. US exchange listing will also help stem the bleeding. We have an announcement here from Zero Hedge, quite a well-known account on Twitter, which says, if the Fed decided to, on a 50 BPS, so 0.5% rate cut, Jerome Powell will leak it through well-informed press contacts. So keep an eye on Nikkei leaks over the next few days. Should be cemented after CPI comes out on Wednesday. So tomorrow being Wednesday, we could potentially hear, leaks of the rough idea of how severe the rate cuts will be, and that will also give us an understanding, an idea of where the market will go. Again, this is sort of market sentiment that I talk about in the community all the time, the stuff that you need to keep informed with, because you help understand where the market's going to be going. And there are a lot of sentiments to raise speculation that they may see a rate cut as severe as 50 BPS. I think Cas 20 will put Casper on like 20 cents before rate cuts. That would be amazing toggle delay. I don't think it's impossible. I think it's a possibility because it is going to be great fun. With one thing we've waited for a very, very long time. The only reason why I didn't state that is because I do believe there's still a lack of market sentiment. Like right now with rate cuts looming, there's still a lot of FUD. Right now the fear is at extreme fear. Fear to create extreme fear. So there's still not a lot of people that are investing right now. We can see here more signs of that. Nvidia insider trading right here. CEO Jensen Huang resumed selling with more than 53 billion worth of Nvidia shares last week. So he's still selling his Nvidia. So he's preparing for rate cuts that are going to be incoming. It's going to see corrections in the market. The global market volatility has returned. The world stock raised a massive $4.1 trillion in market cap last week, which is the largest drop in 2 years. Absolutely insane. This is twice as much as the previous largest drawdown in 2024. The US market alone accounted for 50% of the market value drop. The US market, of course, is very, very important in the financial economy. The S&P 500 and the Nasdaq fell by 14% and 5.8% last week, marking the worst first 4 days in September since 2001. There's not enough market sentiment right now. Right now, there's a lot of FUD growing. Liquidity is not in the market right now due to the delicate situation our economy is in right now, in my opinion. So, due to that factor, that's why I would be happy to see Casper come back up to its all-time high. Would it happen? Potentially. I'm not saying it can't happen, but due to the lack of liquidity in the market, the growing fear, I think it might be a bit difficult for us to reach that high. If it does, then great. It means that Casper correction won't be as severe as the rest, because we might just see Casper correct back down to this level. But I think it's more likely we'll see Casper correct in this region. I mean, right now, again, the FOMO is going to continue growing for the next few days, leading up to the next 5 days until the Kas 20 is released, and then meme coins on Kas 20 is going to be coming out, initial volatility, all that massive surge coming into Casper will be very, very big news in my opinion, and that will help drive Casper's adoption and price going forward. We could very well see Casper push towards maybe 18 cents. Leading up to the KLC 20, I think we might see Casper potentially push up to 18 cents, maybe even a little bit higher. We'll have to wait and see. But I think when again, we have to see what happens in regard to this announcement, if they end up being 0.5% rate cuts. And again, leading up to like days before the Fed meeting where the announcement is going to be made, I believe we're going to see the market start reacting accordingly and start correcting a lot heavier. Institutions will start selling more and more. I've got more posts here. The Bloomberg US labour market surprise index dropped to minus 0.4 points, its lowest in 13 years. You can see the image here. And as I showcased in my previous stream, and also I put an information on it again in my free Discord server, the US labour market has a direct cause and effect on the yield rates. And the yield is also a very key indicator to determine what direction the economy is in right now. I'm going to get the post up on my again in my server just so I can just speak it word for word. But this is the post I'm referring to. I'm sure everyone who already knows about this already. I made a video about I already spoke about this in previous, but I made a TLDR in my free Discord server again. This yield curve basically shows us how financial markets are currently pricing in regards to the labour market. Labour market coincides and affects the yield curve. And currently we're in the longest yield curve inversion since 1927, which is just before the Great Depression. And that yield curve was inverted for over 700 days. So we can see it happen for a very, very long time. Ultimately, as the labour market continues to drop more and more, we are currently seeing a growing worry of recession, a growing worry of FUD, which leads me to believe that there's still just not enough market sentiment to see crypto ignite that British pump just yet, and not at least until the rate cuts are issued. Home buyers now must earn close to $80,000 per year to afford the typical US starter home, which is just $500 below the all-time high record. There's enough catalyst, there's enough sources of information here I'd like to believe to showcase to you where we think the market is going. Where we think the market's going to be going, and why, despite this great announcement that I'm very optimistic about, very bullish about, especially for, again, more access to buying Casper is all in all just very, very bullish. And especially it being a US exchange, I think is probably the best. If it's not going to be a major tier 1 exchange, we have to speculate, we have to wait and see. At least it's a US exchange, which is very, very big and will offer more ways to get to hold a Casper. That's going to help. The KRC20 is going to help massively as well in Casper's adoption, but with the lack of market sentiment, I just don't know if we'll see Casper go as high as its all-time high leading up to the rate cuts. If it happens, great. I'm not against that happening. I'm all for Casper, going up in price or going down in price. If it goes down in price, I buy more Casper. If it goes up in price, I get to sit on my bags and be happy about it. I'm holding Casper long term, to what happens in the immediate short term doesn't bother me too much. I explain what I believe is going to happen in the immediate short term to give an idea of what's happening for the community, but I'm ultimately not too bothered. I'm holding Casper very, very long term. $5 Casper, baby, yeah. One day, sure, Goku. I'm sure it will happen. $5 Casper. Potentially this cycle, I think it's likely. Speculating. Mara was getting flack for selling their Casper on the open market and negatively affecting the price, but they're mining companies, so they will have to sell. Consider this: if they work out a deal with Coinbase to sell over the counter, it won't affect the price, and they could offload large amounts at once. And central banks get their cash to list. Are you on top chat or live chat? I think top chat is blocking some messages. I am on live chat, I believe. I did have a complaint about that yesterday with I can't remember who it was now. So someone did mention that yesterday about some of the messages that they're putting through is not going through, and I do severely apologise. I'll try and get that sorted in the streams to come forward, but I haven't deleted any messages. I've not done anything different to it. If they're not coming through, then I apologise for it, Mr. Miles, and anyone else who's trying to message and not going through properly. But considering your speculation, I do think it is possible as well. And that's something else building on what the speculation that me and Cody spoke about a while back, about the fact that maybe for the first time we're seeing, exchanges mine Casper to build accumulation as opposed to just buying it over the counter, because then they won't explode the price of it. And the same thing with Marathon and mining Casper. They're in partnership with Coinbase, or they have a connection to BlackRock, who's in connection to Coinbase. They may work up a deal to then buy over the counter, but because it's in the same space, it won't affect the price because it's just coming from Marathon effectively, as opposed to just buying it on the open market. It's coming from the mined Casper that Marathon's already mined. So I think it's a decent speculation, honestly, Mr. Miles. I'm not against the idea at all. So do you think we should leave some money on the side so we can enter if the cuts will be severe? What you decide to do, toggle delay, is completely up to you. I'm not a financial advisor. Me personally, right now, I'm not investing into any Casper, despite the bullish market sentiment. I am. If it ends up going up, then so be it. And I'm still fine because I've got my bags in Casper. But me personally, I am not investing into Casper right now as it's on this bullish ride, because I do believe that leading to the rate cuts, we may end up seeing a correction. I mean, again, history has shown us time and time again that rate cuts do cause a bull cycle, but they typically follow after a correction in the market, a crash even. Enough sentiments here suggesting that we will see enough sentiments suggest that, institutional important people like Nvidia, they're selling, like Nvidia, Jensen Huang, Warren Buffett, many more massive institutional investors are selling more and more of their assets, their stocks, in preparation for what's likely going to be a severe rate cut. Again, the economy seems to be in a very, very dire state right now. Even the video here with the yield curve video suggests that we are in a very, very dire state right now. So I think there's going to be rate cuts, and I think we're going to see a correction in the market following that. Depending on the severity of the rate cuts, again, we'll have to wait and see. It could be as severe as 50 BPS, it may be less. Right now, we have to just wait and see. We've got a week to wait for that, and 5 days to wait for KRC20, and then we'll see, where it'll go from there. 5 days away from KRC20, baby. Time for some match on Casper. Exactly. 5 days away. It's going to be a very, very bullish time for Casper. No doubt about it. This week's going to be very, very big. We're going to see KRC20 come out. We'll see probably some more continued positive price movement for Casper. And then after that, we might see I wouldn't be surprised, again, it's just me speculating, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a relatively severe correction following KRC20 as the rate cuts come involved. KRC20 is going to generate FOMO. Once it's released, meme tokens come out, more adoption for Casper, great. But then rate cuts are going to be a few days away. We won't have an announcement of how severe the rate's going to be. We'll see crypto like Bitcoin and probably Casper therefore follow it in suit. But due to the KRC20, the severity of the correction may not be as bad. If Bitcoin goes to like 45k, let's just say, Casper may only come down to 36 or 13, as opposed to what I believe could have been as low as 11. But we'll have to just wait and see where the market, develops and matures, and the direction it goes from this point onwards as well, following this. I think it was the website. I think it's blocking me because it's a website. Okay, I'll try and get that sorted. I'm currently, the software I'm using to record. I've been given advice from my partners and stuff in business and whatnot about using other recording software that might be better for YouTube. So I might have a look into that, see if I can fix it. If not, then all I can advise is maybe try and re-ask the questions and see if it goes through. If not, well, I mean, me and you, Mr. Miles, we also on the Discord server. You're one of the most loyal members and active members of my community. So, for those who aren't involved, who want to know about crypto, again, Discord server in the chat, in the description, also on my YouTube homepage. Mr. Miles is very helpful, giving advice to other people as well, also spreading his own belief, and we can have a conversation in there about talking about Casper, talking about crypto, and other projects going forward as well. Still got that feeling that the week of the 21st, 28th is going to be when things begin to lift. Something is telling me that's going to be the week to watch, and I can't type the W today. Don't worry about it, Jay. I think it's a decent prediction. Again, keep in mind the Fed meeting is going to be happening on the 17th to 18th of September, so a week away from now. And following that, we will then see the announcement being made. They may announce the rate cuts happening on that day. They may announce it scheduled for starting October. They may announce it later September. We'll have to wait and see. But I think that we will start seeing developments from there. I think we could see the last week of September be quite a bullish week potentially for Casper in particular. Again, because of all what's happening with KRC20 launch imminent, and also again a new exchange listing, a US exchange listing coming to Casper, which I'll go through this video again in probably about 5 or 10 minutes to let any new streamers who've just joined see this as well. But it's a very, very huge alpha from the rock to Casper. Confirmation that we'll see more money flowing to Casper with the US exchange listing coming, which is very, very big. We've got other KRC20 launch. Keep in mind as well, obviously a big catalyst was on June 30th. Not long ago. A week prior, the price of Casper was at 15 cents. By the time it was live, Casper had entered a price discovery, in new all-time highs. Casper is set to relaunch 15th September, and now it's at 16 cents. So we could potentially see it push as high as 20 cents to go back onto what Toggle Delay believed that Casper could put Casper to 20 cents again. We could potentially see that, but it's just there's a difference between this time around to last time, just purely due to the last time that there was more liquidity in the market. In this point round, June 30th, we look at Bitcoin around June 30th. It was around 60k. 60k, whereas now it's at 50 cents. So it's not much lower, but it is still low regardless. And now we've got rate cuts imminent, so the FUD is growing. So we have to wait and see with that regard. But again, not to mention as well, to build more on the fact that 21st, 28th is going to be a very, very bullish week for Casper. Again, it's the KRI. KRI having their enterprise event on the 24th. So, that's in the middle of that week, and they're going to be having a very, very big, KRI, keep an eye on the block DAG transaction data. That's where the real story will unfold. The proof will be in the pudding, or rather in the performance metrics. Again, to go off that, the KRI made a post about having the enterprise event on the 24th. That is very, very big. So much demand from the institutional clients that they haven't got enough seating to seat all of Casper. Do you know how insane that actually is? Again, more proof that this month, despite it going to be a down month in my opinion, I still think we're going to see a bit of a downtrend. We're going to see that boiling point that Marcus has been talking about technology-wise. All that demand for Casper is going to start just exploding when the liquidity is not there. And when the liquidity comes back in October with the FTX starting redistributing their money back, $16 billion back in Q4 starts in October. You've got Fed still printing money, still coming back as well. You've got institutional investor second wave coming involved as well with regulations on the horizon. So much incoming that I believe we're going to see a very, very explosive month in October for Casper in particular, of all the exchanges coming in the way as well. I cannot find the post I was trying to find. Here it is. Due to strong institutional demand from our industrial partnerships, we have limited seating available. KRI announced that Casper is just all the talk right now between them. Is the minting process the same as before it was postponed? I imagine so. To my knowledge. I'm sure we'll find that out more in 5 days' time. And equally, I'm not too sure, but again, I'm sure someone in my community will be able to help guide you if you are needing to know. But to my knowledge, I imagine it will be the same. Learn about new ways to improve yourself. Yeah, I mean, yeah, ultimately, everything about life is just about improving. You know, much as I've been doing what I've been doing with the streaming for a little bit over a month now, 41 days. I started, you know, with a stream which was very, very poorly done. And then after a week, after, you know, some feedback from my community, I learned how to at least show these questions on stream, which for me was a very, very big milestone for me. And since then, I've been trying to improve my knowledge with my community, build my Discord server, which is actually my Discord server right now. If I look, it has surpassed 215 members, so it's got even bigger. Yeah, all about building yourself and learning more ways to improve yourself, and in due time as well. Again, the community, much of the streams I believe are doing quite well, there are always ways to improve it. And that's always about self-improvement. So I will also learn about improving myself, David, as everyone should do as well. Again, that's why I reiterate time and time again that it's why it pays to be knowledgeable, to build your knowledge so you help build yourself and help build your wealth. Again, why I made a free Discord server so everyone can help build themselves together. Yes, I will answer that in the Discord for you, Mr. Miles. The Gate Us homepage. What is this that I'm looking at, Mr. Miles? I've got this up right now. It's a new. This is a new crypto exchange. It's talking about Gate Us. This is what you believe the new crypto exchange is going to be. Okay, well, it may be Gate Us. It may well be Gate Us. That's going to be the new crypto exchange that's going to be coming to Casper. That would be, you know, equally very, very cool. Which is basically just going to be a US expansion of Gate, which already lists Casper, Gate.io, but obviously, you know, the US version. That could be a potential. We'll have to, again, I'm not discrediting it at all, Mr. Miles. I think it's definitely possible. Again, if there's a new crypto exchange coming soon, specifically for US customers, it could be potential. We'll have to wait and see, because again, the announcement's not been made. It's just alpha right now. I do believe that I would like to admit, with currently what we've spoke about in this stream, I'll play this video in just a second again, that the new listing on a US exchange probably isn't the Kraken listing, because the way he seemed to phrase it does seem to be more towards a new exchange. Now maybe it's Gate US, we have to wait and see. But either way, it is still, the bottom line is it's still bullish to see a new exchange coming to Casper, and one that will be to US customers, which right now, again, to reiterate, United States residents have a limited way to get access to Casper. If it's not Uphold, they can't buy Casper, to my knowledge, without a VPN. So again, if you have a US exchange that is, you know, compliant with regulations, that's more ways to get access to Casper. And people don't like to, people might be against using a VPN. So that actually might just expand the adoption much more, and adoption for Casper going forward as well. If anyone uses Uphold's exchange fees are too expensive. Their listing fee, their transaction fees are too expensive. They can use another exchange that might be cheaper. Can someone explain to me what is the minting? I saw that we can mint with the Casper bot, but I don't know what that means. Hopefully someone can answer in the question. We can use Casper to mint other tokens such as Nacho and Casper. There you go. Miss CWP has got you there, my man. Hello, Bees. Welcome back to the stream. What do you think Casper can reach in the upcoming days price-wise because of Chaos 2080 mine and Bitcoin's price? Okay, good question. Well, we spoke about it a little bit already, but to go into a little bit more, my current belief will see Casper probably hover around this price target in the next 5 days. There's speculation, and I think it's warranted, that we can see Casper push towards an all-time high again, because, again, to go on this post, last time, when Chaos 20 was first launched on June 30th, we saw, you know, it was weeks past at 15 cents, and we saw, you know, June 30th, which is around here. This is where it launched around here, and then, you know, throughout that month, it made a new all-time high. So in the span of 1 month, it made a new all-time high from this point hot here. So we could therefore potentially see Casper potentially push back up to its all-time high once again. The reason why I speculate it probably won't happen, again, is keep in mind that Bitcoin's price right now is lower in comparison, June 30th being here, and Bitcoin's now down here. For one, but also because, again, the Fed meeting with rate cuts imminent leads me to believe that we will probably end up seeing less market sentiment, less liquidity in the market. So Casper, in my opinion, will probably hover around this region, maybe a little bit higher, leading up to the launch of Chaos 20. Chaos 20 will be launched, therefore, and then we might see a bit of an initial, bit bigger of a pump. Again, considering that, I mean, this is FOMO, of course. FOMO is what drives the markets right now. Once it's actually launched, the FOMO will die out. So then, you know, there won't be as much sentiment. But again, Kas Kaspa is going to be very, very big, being a blockchain that is going to be the trilemma solver, secure, decentralized, and scalable. That will steal liquidity from other major chains, the likes of Solana, who has seen a drop in volume recently, as Dr. Martin Heidberg from Uphold confirmed. It will steal liquidity from Tron, in my opinion, Cardano, AVAX, so on and so forth, Chainlink as well. It will start dominating some other projects, I'm very, very sure. Kaspa's actually regained that $4 billion market cap, which is very, very cool as well, despite it only being 16.5 cents. And I think that Kas Kaspa is going to help with that price, especially long term, definitely. In short term, it may cause a small pump as it starts doing liquidity, and the KRC20 tokens are going to help with the initial volatility as well, because the meme tokens are very, very volatile assets, very, very volatile. So I think we could probably see a continued pump with that in that regard as well. But again, following the KRC20, it's going to be a bit tough to call, because again, we might see a pump as high as here. Following that, the FOMO driving it, the meme tokens driving it, the more price higher and higher, the liquidity that Kaspa can be stealing from exchanges. Again, also stable coins, USDC, USDT, will be coming to KRC20 as well, as confirmed. Very, very big news all around for KRC20. But then the Fed rate cuts. The meeting will be 2 to 3 days after that. And now I imagine by that point, there will be some form of information, some form of leaks on the speculation on where or how severe the rate cuts are going to be. And the FUD will grow. So we'll see Kaspa probably correct a little bit more. So how bad is really a guessing game, of course, because we have to see how the market develops more. I can't say Kaspa's going to come back down to here if Kaspa doesn't move higher than here. If Kaspa goes up as high as 20 cents, maybe Kaspa's going to come back down here again. It's really hard to determine what it's going to be. But in all, I believe that I think we are going to see. In the short answer, then, to answer your short answer worldview, I think we'll probably see Kaspa hover around this region, following to the KRC20, and then we'll see a correction following the rate cuts, and then leading into October, the last month of September, October, we'll start seeing a lot more bullish developments. KRI meeting, KRC20, growing in adoption more and more, and October to when we're going to see, or late September, October, we're going to see this announcement, which is very, very cool. Mr. Mars also confirms there for you, toggle delay, about the minting process should be the exact same as before. He's also very, very knowledgeable, so I would take his word for it. But again, always, if you can, do your own research, see what you can find from it yourself. Gate US has been in limbo for the last 2 years, not sure they ever launched in the United States. If that's the case, then maybe it's not Gate US, maybe it's not. But again, right now, I'm going to play the video for everyone right now, those who are joining late to the stream. This alpha here, so we can see it. But right now, we don't have a name, which is understandable because they've not been disclosed. They have to make the public announcement themselves. Haven't got a name. Basic exchange coming. Just listen very close to the video.
So here is the alpha. There is a new US exchange coming. Yeah, massive alpha. Now the rumor is it's going to be sort of September, October time. And there you have it, straight from the bird's mouth.
Huge. So there you have it. I mean, the way he seems to portray the message does sound like it's going to be a new exchange as opposed to Kraken, or it sounds like he's talking about a completely new exchange as opposed to just a new exchange coming to Casper, a new exchange in general in the United States. It could be Gate US, as Mr. Miles, sent me the link to this. But as you put out, they've been in limbo for 2 years, so maybe it's not them. We have to just wait and see. Ultimately, all we can do right now purely is just speculate. But regardless of the fact, the message here for me is pretty clear and still very bullish that, again, United States residents have a very limited way to get access to buying Casper right now due to lack of adoption and also lack of regulations. They have to use Uphold or a VPN. So we're now going to have a new UX exchange coming to Casper, means more ways to get access to Casper in the United States without the potential. I don't imagine it's that tedious, but it's probably still a little bit more tedious than it needs to be. But the tedious process of having to access a VPN, buy VPN, turn it on and buy it from another exchange, whatever it may be. I still think it's very, very good regardless, and it will help in the continued adoption for Casper in the United States going forward as well, which will help in its price going forward as well. We'll have to wait and see what the exchange name is going to be, but I'm very, very optimistic about it. I'm happy about it because, again, my audience right now, to my knowledge, a large majority, I have audience from all around the world, from Pakistan to India to some places, other places in Asia, Eastern Asia, to America, to Australia, to the United Kingdom, to around Europe. I have audience, community, family from all over the place, you guys. But the large majority of them come from the United States. That's where the majority of my investors come from. So they're the ones that normally answer the question how to get hold of Casper. I can only give them an answer based on what I know, which is the United States have a bit of a limited way to get access to Casper right now. So this is good to see more ways to get access to Casper with a new US exchange incoming. Mr. Mars believes that it will be 17-18 cents Casper after the launch, and expect a dip back down to 15, and people will sell the news, and then we test 15 cents. Yeah, that's also a good prediction to my knowledge as well. That's what I believe. Yeah, following around what I believe it'll be around this region. We'll see Casper go to. Once they actually launch it, we'll probably see a bit of a correction, because again, that's the FOMO, that's the news done. So you buy the rumor, you sell the news. Once the news actually happens, you sell. That's typically what you see ahead of Fed meeting as well. See a correction. Of course, the meme tokens are going to help with the initial volatility of KRC20, getting more adoption on the KRC20, helping the price of Casper as well. And we'll see stablecoins coming on KRC20 as well very, very soon, which will be very, very big. Which exchange? Again, that's the question we're trying to figure out, Stefan. Right now, we don't know the name, but it's still, weeks, if not a month away at most. It's very, very close. It's very, very cool. Why do we need that? Sounds like it's a government thing. Why do we need another exchange? Exchanges are just another form of way to get access to Casper. Right now, Casper, despite its growing adoption, despite it being number 21 on CoinMarketCap right now, which is very, very big without a tier 1, without any exchange listing, Casper's adoption is limited. Its price surge, therefore, is limited. Right now, what's being enforced around the world, especially in the United States right now, is regulations. And what we're seeing more and more right now, due to the lack of regulatory clarity in the United States, many exchanges right now seem to be, as we just saw from the gate.us, many exchanges right now seem to be building up this US branch so they can get access to United States clients and residents. So I understand that it might just seem like a government thing in your eyes, but I think ultimately it's just, again, the whole point of where this market's going right now as it matures more and more is regulatory clarity. Regulatory clarity is a very, very key and important thing. That's what everyone right now is, really, really looking towards in the government space. In general, that's where more institutional investors are going to get involved with Casper. So we're going to see, with another exchange coming to Casper, it's just another way to get a hold of Casper, which in turn will allow this volume right now being at 56 million, which is very, very big. Well, it's very, very good to see. Again, obviously it's seen higher, but it's very good to see it's going up once again. I believe we're going to end up seeing higher volume with more exchanges getting access to it. Casper's doing Casper's doing amazing right now without enough adoption. It's still got a lack of adoption, but the space is still developing more and more, and it's a pair launch proof of work. The exchanges that want to list Casper, they have to accumulate that Casper for themselves. They can't just get it listed. They don't get given the tokens. They have to buy it for themselves. BlackRock already owns Coinbase. Not actually, but effectively, yeah. No, they don't actually own. BlackRock have very, very close ties to Coinbase. A lot of speculation as well that the same way that Robinhood has acquired Bitstamp, the speculation that we're going to see BlackRock acquire Coinbase in the future as well, which wouldn't surprise me at all. Coinbase being the biggest exchange in America, but I do. Ultimately, the whole point is this market is maturing and regulators getting involved. As regulators get involved, they will see a little bit more government oversight, which it's not the best to see, of course. But a lot of these assets right now have a lot of oversight anyways with decentralization. Casper, of course, being decentralized, it hasn't got as much oversight. But for assets to succeed, they have to play along with the rules, and the rules of the road, which is what these exchanges are trying to do as well, passing regulations. So it's just, again, the long and short of it is just, despite it being, a US exchange or not, whether it has government oversight or not, it's just more ways to get access to Casper, whether it be from institutions or just from retail in general. But it's very, very big news, and I'm sure we're going to hear more about it in the very near future, and I cannot wait to hear about it. In my opinion, it isn't another project that has more future catalysts than Casper. Exactly. There are a lot of projects that have catalysts, a lot of projects that have use cases that are not being utilized just yet, but in terms of what's incoming, Casper, technology-wise at a boiling point, a lot is incoming for Casper, but there's still a lot that hasn't happened just yet. Right? 10 BPS is not out yet. It's coming, but it's not out yet. KRC20 is coming out, but it's not out yet. 2 major catalysts already: smart contracts, Dagnite, tier 1s, KII, what they're building other projects with Casper in the energy sector, the finance sector, the supply chain, everything. There's so much incoming for Casper that a lot of these developments are going to happen in the next, a lot of them going to happen in the next year or two, and then some will happen in the next bull cycle as well. But that's why, again, Casper is a project right now that, truth be told, if I'm being blunt, I think it's a project that right now is being driven very heavily off FOMO and development. There's not actually enough use case for it to drive it just yet. But when it does, God best believe it's going to explode. No doubt about it. What KRI are going to do for Casper as well is going to help Casper just go parabolic in price, in my opinion. And I cannot wait for that. Wouldn't it be hilarious if CZ was launching a brand new exchange? Yeah, oh yeah, it would be. I'm sure for those who again been following my streams for a while, also saw the post. I think I posted it in my Discord server. I might have not, because maybe I didn't deem it too big news. But basically, obviously CZ, being the guy, the CEO, the ex CEO of Binance, CZ. Here we can see, CZ obviously was released from prison a little while back, but a part of his plea deal with the United States, he has been banned for life from managing the Binance exchange. So of course there's funny speculation, as Mr. Mars puts it, that we could see CZ maybe launch another exchange. Now I believe he probably won't, because I think the whole point is that he probably should just not be a CEO anymore. I think that's probably the plea deal probably expands, not just being a CEO of Binance, a CEO of exchanges. I mean, again, it'd be good to be wrong, but it would be very, very funny to see CZ as maybe the new guy that's the head of the new exchange is going to be listing Casper very, very shortly. Jay Banfield said that Casper will go to zero and RTP will go to the moon. I don't follow Jay Banfield much at all. I don't know where he bases his research off. I have no ill feeling towards Jay Banfield. I have no ill feeling towards ICP. I think Jay Banfield, for the most part, is quite knowledgeable. He seems to do enough research from what little I do know of him. ICP, I think, also is a decent project, but I think I don't understand the sentiment behind saying Casper will go to zero right now. Like, if Casper wasn't doing anything, sure, but Casper is doing a lot, and Casper is just from the basic foundation of Casper, the fact that the CEOs of Casper, the developers of Casper, Michael Sutton, Shai, Jonas Tobilinsky, his mentor, Viv Zohar, they are all people who have been quoted in institutionally important papers from the BIS, the World Economic Forum. Their technology is used in majority of crypto projects like Ethereum. Vitalik Buterin quoted Jonas Tobilinsky, Charles Hoskinson, talk about the Phantom, the Ghost, the Spectre Protocol, and so on and so forth. There are a lot of, evidence to showcase that the CEOs, the founders even, the developers of Casper, they're institutionally important people. They're experts in this space, experts in Bitcoin security, as Nick Szabo puts it, the creator of smart contracts. And a project like that to go to zero, to me, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's highly unlikely. What they're building as well, again, the KRI is going to help in the future adoption of Casper going forward as well. So I don't agree with his statement in that regard. I think ICP might do well. I'm not saying it's a bad project, but I don't think Casper will go to zero. Whoever does better in the cycle, again, it's up to speculation. I think Casper's going to be one of the biggest earners in the cycle. But go to zero? No. I don't see that currently happening right now. And then apparently he just left YouTube right after that as well. Well, there you go. What do you think about Sui? Can it compete with Casper during the cycle? I think the statement of can it compete with Casper is a very it's a very tough question to ask. I think if the question was asked, can it do well in the cycle, which I'm going to look at it now, the answer probably will be yes. Can it compete with Casper in the cycle? I think competing with Casper in general is just a very hard bar to give it, because Casper's a project that it's like you're comparing oranges and apples right now. They might be trying to do the same thing, but the fundamental technology is different. In fact, like Casper's a proof of work. Same thing as Bitcoin. The only one that's actually adhering to Bitcoin. Casper can really only be compared to that. In my opinion, Casper really can be compared to Bitcoin. So that's kind of my small little nitpicking at the message. But ultimately, right now, $2.5 almost $1 billion market cap, $330 million trading volume, which is much higher. It's very, very high right now. Very, very big to see. Got Binance, Celtus. Never even heard of Celtus. Damn. Okay. Coinbase. You've got major exchanges, of course. 32 on CoinMarketCap. It's a very, very big project. He's doing very, very well, in the past week. I think it's a project that will probably do very, very well. I imagine it will definitely catch the bull cycle. How high it will go is up to speculation. It's a very new project from the looks of things. Launched earlier last year. So we don't know where its peak will going to be. We can't say for sure. But I imagine it being such a big project like Casper as well, both those projects will probably, significantly catch the liquidity in the market as the money from Bitcoin flows into other projects. So I think we could probably see some, big movement from Sui or Sui. How I don't have SWE. I'm gonna say SWE in this market. But again, I don't know what the peak is going to be for it. I don't know much about the project, of course. It's worth probably looking up to. I'll probably put it in the star to look into it a little bit more. From the looks of it right now, it is I don't even see the about it, so I don't even know what it's about. Here. Layer 1 blockchain platform. Okay, so it's an L1. I'll have to see where it goes, how it develops. But I think trying to say it compete with Casper is a bit of a... I think it's unfair to say, because again, they're not... I don't think they're the same. Unless it's a proof of work, I don't think it's a proof of work, so I don't think it's the same. Hi, Neil Adams. Do we have any news about how to mint Kas tokens? Should we go through Casper, or will it be better? Will there be better solutions? I'm sure we'll be hearing more about it in the future. To my knowledge, both Casware and Cas Wallet have announced they have now got methods to mint the Kas tokens. We're going to hear more about it in due time, I'm sure. So make sure you look at the news forums. I'm pretty sure, if I can find it. I know I retweeted it. Oh, here it is. There you go. So the Casper Wallet mobile app Caspium will be integrating dynamic fees and transaction report features in the upcoming next few weeks. We've got updates regarding this as well about minting Kas tokens. So I'm sure you'll end up seeing some announcements regarding that in the future as Kas has to be launched as well. But I think their method's already been put out as well, which is why everything's now in play. That's why Kas is now finally going to be released to us. But again, that's currently to the extent of my knowledge. If you want to know more, I'm sure people in my community who are very, very knowledgeable, the likes of Cody, Mr. Miles, Leroy as well, Casper God, Joe, special shout out to those 5 in particular. They seem to know very much about Casper, so if you want to ask them, feel free to join my free Discord server. I linked it in the chat, in the description of this stream, and also on my homepage. And you can probably find out from them as well, who might know a little bit more than me. Watching your streams for a while now, would it be smart to buy now to up the bag, or buy an exchange token that could follow the coattails of Solana that could rival Jupiter in position through young phalanx? I am not a financial advisor, so I'm not going to tell you how to invest. Me personally, what I have done in this cycle is I've got my biggest bag in Casper, about 70% and growing on my bag allocation is in Casper. And I am not currently in the process of buying any more Casper. I bought some Casper at 14.9 cents when we saw this correction to this new level of resistance here. I bought some more around here. And I didn't buy any more in this dip here. And now Casper's pumping because of the FOMO from Kas tokens. I'm not buying any more because I speculate we're going to see Casper come up here. And hopefully, in my opinion, and likely we'll see Casper then come back down again. Maybe as far down as 15 cents, maybe lower. We'll have to wait and see. It depends on the FOMO and the adoption and the demand for Casper that's grown up following the rate cuts as well, with all the other announcements and bullish sentiments coming for Casper. So when you invest, it's up to you. Make sure you have to do your own research and devise your own trading strategies. If you want to learn more, I'm sure people in my community also can be helpful in providing their own belief. Of course, none of us are financial advisors. No one. We're all just a community trying to spread our knowledge together. But me personally, my biggest bag is in Casper, and then I have hedged my bets in other projects that I think have potential, like real world utility tokens like XRP, XLM, XDC, HBAR, Quant, Algorand. These projects that seem to be very closely tied to the central bankers and governments and regulators of the world, who are going to be incorporated into the monetary system and the backbone of it. So that's currently where my assets are in right now. And then as the market starts to take off a little bit more, I'll be looking towards gaming projects like these 5 here: GFAL, Balkan Forge, Miria, Naka, Ultra, and also look into AR projects as well, and just put a small bag in it just to hedge my bets to flip profits and put it more into assets that I think have a great longevity, like Casper. Casper's a project that for me has very, very good longevity. Stuff like gaming projects right now don't have that development in it yet to really take off. Again, same thing with real world utility tokens. They have good longevity from the looks of things, but I'm not heavily invested into them because they're centralized. Therefore, there's a higher risk of them, repeating the FTX and just rug pulling. So I refuse to do that. I want to be safer in decentralized assets like Casper. That's me personally, though. You've got to make sure you do your own research in that regard, though. Mr. Miles, I've seen Jay Banfield's videos. I disagree with him doing quality research on anything. ICP rotted his brain. Well, that's your own opinion, Mr. Miles. And you're entitled to your own belief. I haven't watched a lot of him, like, full disclosure. I've watched a little bit of Jay Banfield, and I think he isn't, uneducated. I'll put it that way. He's not uneducated. I think he has some understanding of crypto, which is enough for hopefully him to make money in this cycle. But I do disagree with the statement about Casper going to zero and ICP flipping Casper. Well, again, that's speculative. We don't know we don't know if Casper's going to flip. Like right now, Casper's higher than ICP. I believe it will continue in this fashion, but we have to wait and see. You know, right now they're not far off into the market cap. We have to wait and see where it goes from here. But I think Casper's going to be a much bigger gainer. Although ICP is, is ICP. I think ICP is an AI project. If I'm mistaken in that. I'll look at its about real quick. Okay, if it's not an AI project, then probably not. If it's like AI project, I think are going to be one of the massive gainers in the cycle due to the fact that AI is to grow in demand with crypto right now. They go hand in hand. Well, welcome back, Mohammed, my man. Welcome to the stream. Sui has VC. As in venture capital? What do you mean by VC? If it went to 0, I'll buy more Casper. Yeah, exactly. If Casper went to 0, I'll just buy more. In one video, Joe Method was reviewing a token shirtless, showing everyone his scrawny, hairy chest. Yeah, that's a bit mental. I mean, obviously, I can't say much because I'm faceless, but I have my own reason for doing that because I'm damn ugly. But no, I mean, yeah, I think if you're going to be doing video, I mean, it's a character after all. But I think if you're trying to spread information and content to people, and education, you want to try and actually, well, like an educator. So dress. I'm not saying dress in a suit and shirt, like suit jacket or whatever. I'm just saying at least just look presentable, right? Whether it just be a standard t-shirt, just look presentable. There are YouTube videos on how to mint Casper tokens. Okay, there you go. Neil, I don't know if you can just see how to mint Casper tokens. There are audio videos on it as well. Okay, well there you go. Again, more reasons to why Sway might be very, very big. Which one of us is your favourite, Cody, Casper God, or me? Oh, I am not going to cause arguments. You guys talk too much to myself already. If I disclose that information, I'm not going to hear a massive fallout in the Discord server, so I refuse to answer that question. I plead the fifth. Not happening. ICP is also significant VC influence. Well, there you go. Nobody has shamed Jay yet on this stream for holding XRP. Shame. Look, I have my insider knowledge into XRP, my research that I've done into XRP, why I hold it. I don't think it's I understand the risk with it. That's why I don't hold a big bag, but I think XRP is a project that has the potential to take off in the cycle and cycles to follow with the institutional adoption and sentiment around the project. They're releasing their new stablecoin very, very soon as well, which is, again, convenient with what's happening in regulations right now. So it's a very, very close tie to Japan as well, which is also a rapidly growing market in the crypto community. So they have the partnerships to succeed. It's currently where my head's at as well. And I've heard enough people in real life and also through news forums and research that suggests XRP is going to be quite big. But again, they could just be trying to pump their bags. So that's why I've only put a small bag in it. Casper's one that I've done a hell of a lot more research into, and I know it's going to be a good project. Or I strongly believe it'll be a good project. So there. Casper had the perfect dip off its all-time high. It's a great coin. There you go. Exactly. Bamford is educated the way a used car someone is educated. There you go. Yeah, venture capital. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. Personally, I feel like Jay Bamford has put his... Okay, we're not just talking about Jay Bamford, guys. I'm not trying to spread FOMO to another content creator. I'm not trying to... I mean, I know everyone has their own opinions on it. I know people have their own speculative opinions on Jay Bamford, Crypto Galaxy, whoever it may be. Like, I'm not a channel to spread hate. I just have a very restricted opinion on every content creator. As long as there are people who try to build their education and build their knowledge, that's fine by my books. I think as long as they're staying educated, that's fine by my books. If you're just trying to spread FUD around and just, be biased and stuff, if you're trading with emotions, then that's not a good thing. If you're an emotional person, then you shouldn't be in this market, in my opinion. You need to be someone that is very, very, almost like a robot. That's the only way you can really make profit in this market. Be a robot and, do your research and understand and help develop a strategy to help understand where the market's going to be going. But in that regard, then we've got, I guess, some more market sense to be talking about. He's not a content. Oh, there you go. He's not even a content creator anymore. So, I mean, either way, I don't want to, talk down or even big up. I don't want to be spreading any attention to anyone else besides me. It should all come to me and only me. I am the source of information. I'm the Casper Alpha with a lisp. The best it comes. Casper pumps only 5-8% when big news comes out. Yeah, it's due to the lack of adoption right now. If Casper had the top tier exchange listings, it would pump a lot more. Every other project in the space has top tier exchange besides Casper. Due to that, when it gets big news, the pump's not as big. Although saying that, again, when Casper had the biggest news, arguably the biggest news it had, that caused the biggest pump was when Binance announced their futures. When Binance announced their futures, we saw Casper pump from, that was a 15% on the daily. We saw 23%. This pumped. It's pumped. Almost 200%, so 3x, all in all. So that was on the back of the Casper futures on Binance Exchange. So it depends on the nature of the news. KRC20 is big. If KRC20 was announced following a major tier 1 already listing Casper, it would be parabolic in my opinion. We need those tier 1s ultimately. We need more adoption in America with US exchange, which again is incoming, which is very, very big. But you also need the major tier 1s as well. US exchanges are big in general, but you need tier 1s as well to help the adoption for Casper. Because this volatility right now for Casper at 56 million is big, but it could be so much higher if we had Coinbase and Binance and OKX and Kraken listing them, and Gemini and Crypto.com and Robinhood, whatever it may be. I still did not hear a lisp. Your accent must hide it from the American ears. Maybe. I have been told enough time in my life about my lisp. I have got a bit better at suppressing it, I'd like to think, or hiding it. But sometimes, especially when I speak too quickly, it comes out a little bit. But I like to joke about it. I had a comment on one of my old videos on this channel when I was living. I don't know which video it was. I'll see if I can find it from the title. It was a video regarding alpha for Casper. Some sneak peek information and whatnot. Quite a while back, but one video when I was talking about Casper Alpha, I had a comment that said Casper Alpha is best when it comes from someone with a lisp or something like that, and I actually just found it funny. I found it very, very funny. I was like, damn, that's deep. But at the same time, I think it was I know it wasn't meant out of any hate. It was just to make a laugh out of it, and I appreciate it. I appreciate the support regardless of who it may be. Of course, if you're just going to spread hate, then you can respectfully leave. But if you're just trying to spread some banter, some stuff like that, be very, very big. I'm very, very friendly, and I greatly appreciate it. We have now just surpassed the hour mark, so I'm going to go through some other crypto market sentiments because I've already covered the main Casper ones today. We got this as well, from Shy, which is very, very big. That he's just completed the first 3 chapters of the understanding Ghost Dab, which is very, very big. So again, more ways to understand about what Casper's building and what's coming as well, which is very, very cool. And then I've got some market sentiment I'm going to talk about in the stream. Not much left, and then I'll go through the last few questions before I wrap the stream up for today. So I've gone through this stuff already. If you haven't seen this stuff already, then by all means re-watch the stream at the very beginning, and you'll see for yourself. We got here just an info Bitcoin miner. A solar miner has just mined a block claiming 3.169 Bitcoin worth $181,000. What a legend! Big up to this guy. And they're going to be, at some point in the future, it's going to be Casper miners as well. In the future, Casper miners will be the exact same way. You'll be able to, mine a block, which you'll end up claiming a significant amount of Casper from it, and you'll get, you may not get that straight off the bat, like if you mine, but you'll end up getting a significant amount of Casper that will be valued at that point in the future, I'm sure. Again, I've already talked about the Fed rates. Incoming watching the announcement for House of the rate cuts are going to be. We got this here, some politics news. I'm not going to go into it too much because I don't care respectfully about politics too much. I have to talk about it because it does go hand in hand with crypto right now. But basically right now we're seeing the polls. Trump seems to be massively overshadowing Kamala Harris, crushing her, which is quite bullish for crypto, considering he seems to be a more pro-British candidate for crypto. But at the same time, whoever gets in power, no matter who gets in power, crypto is still going the same direction. It might affect the short term, but long term it won't matter. But Trump seems to be currently the favourite according to their debate. I've got this as well, which I think is very, very important, where instant payments right now are gearing up to take off in the United States, again showcasing that this year, and 2025 as well, this year is when we're going to start seeing all these massive developments happening with instant payments, with blockchain becoming a crucial part of the monetary system. Assets like XRP will probably do quite well. Assets like Casper will start generating more and more adoption, with the KRI helping them in their financial sector and the energy sector. And it's here, the Fed now projected to be adopted faster than the clearinghouse RTP. So we're just seeing, again, United States adoption in instant payments and blockchains going faster and faster, which again just further showcase that despite we're seeing this bearish sentiment right now of people selling more and more, there's still enough indication to us to showcase that crypto's not dying. People want crypto, and crypto's going to take off in this cycle. And this bull run is going to be one of the most explosive ones, in my opinion. And a lot of money to be made with Casper and other crypto assets that have real value. Of course, you can get in meme tokens as well and flip the profits, but I don't look in meme tokens because I think they're too volatile. Right now, the one that's talked about a lot right now in many streams have been Fifi. I mean, I saw someone answer the question really, really early on in the stream. I ignored it. but I'll go to it anyways. On the daily, up 5%. On the weekly, up 27%. It's a project that, you know, if you like meme tokens, may worth it looking into. Me, myself, I'm not getting into it right now. Still lack of exchanges. You know, I'm not a big fan of it right now. But ultimately right now, I still think we're going to a big bull cycle, which again make me very, very optimistic about where we're going in the future as well. So get answer through the questions right now. KLC20 sell the news event. Yeah, precisely. KLC20 right now is the FOMO right there. Is you buy the rumor, once the news actually comes out, you sell. That's typically what happens. That's the two biggest sayings in crypto or in financial investing anyways, is you buy the rumor, you sell the news. The rumor of a Binance listing would be massive, generate a hell of a lot of FOMO, a lot of price action. Once it actually lists Casper, that's the news. You sell then. Now you might see, you know, it may not be such a severe sell because again, Binance is a massive exchange. You'll see people who only use the casual traders only use Binance, which is buy on Binance, that might be good. But ultimately, yes, KLC20 news, that's the rumor. Even though it's confirmed, it's a rumor. Once it actually is announced, the news you sell. That's how we might see a correction. Most likely we'll see a correction after KLC20 is fully launched. The KLC20 meme tokens and the stablecoin that'll be coming soon after that, I'm sure, will help with the initial volatility and liquidity and therefore adoption and price for Casper going forward as well. But I think we'll still see a correction following that as well. I wonder when Binance lists Casper, will their US exchange also list it? I imagine they probably will. It makes sense for them to do so. Biggest pump was Bybit launch. Oh, was it the Bybit launch? I mean, to my knowledge, I thought that this pump here was the Binance futures. If that was the Bybit, then I apologize to be getting that wrong the whole time. I was in Casper before this, but I was in Casper at 5 cents, so I was around for this pump. I was following Casper around this pump. I was in Casper around this pump, but there's been so much coming out for Casper in the last year that I just struggle to fully grasp what happened when. I know Casper futures for Binance was announced, and I think that happened around that time for that massive pump from 5 to 15 cents. But I know Bybit also. I mean, Bybit also, if you know, is a massive exchange. So you know, it's currently 4 on CoinMarketCap, so it wouldn't surprise me to be that very, very big pump for Casper as well. Hello Lab has been bashed badly and has huge upward potential given significant interest for venture capitals. Oh, there you go. There you go. So you know, people who have venture capitals all seem to have have the trust, so to speak. 5 cents to 15 cents. Oh, so that was the Bybit launch. Okay, well then I apologize, I got that wrong. I thought that was the Binance future listing, or maybe it happened around a similar time. I'll make sure to do my research into that so you can find that out. But I thought that was the Binance future listing. But if it's Bybit, either way, a very, very big exchange, top 4 that listed Casper, and when another big exchange, when the new US exchange lists Casper, I'm sure we'll see a positive price reaction from that, because it's going to be another way to get access to Casper in the United States. And when a tier 1 gets access to Casper as well, again, I think we'll see some very, very big movements for Casper following that as well. So in summary, we've got KLC20 and associated meme coins, 10 BPS, tier 1 listing rumors, KRI conference and stablecoin hosting rumors. I say that's pretty peachy. Yeah, that's the long and short of it. And not to mention as well, you also got smart contracts and KLC20 and Dagnite, which will happen probably end of 2025, if not early 2026. But still, that's the more immediate short term, what you just announced there. And then you've got stuff later on the bull cycle, if not early bear cycle next year. That's, again, very, very bullish. Can we get Liverpool accent? I am terrible with accents. And Liverpool, no. The only thing I can quote is that one guy who talked about Sadio Mane being the best player in the world. And I refuse to clown myself like that on stream. Not when I'm an educator right now. Maybe in the maybe as the Discord develops more and more, and I make more personal content for the long-term members, that might be when you start hearing the goofy side of me a little bit more. But I can't do an accent, so you'll hear that and you'll probably just laugh. I mean, already I know you guys laugh at the bottle of water English accent, British accent. So yeah, you should have named it Going Ghost. Oh god, Going Ghost would have been so cool. Full like Black Ops, Call of Duty vibes as well. Going Ghost would have been so cool. I mean, obviously, you know, understanding Ghost Ag is more, you know, professional for a book about, you know, the future. But Going Ghost would definitely be very, very cool. And you know what? I think you should reach out to him. Tell him to title it Going Ghost. It would be very, very cool. But yeah, I caught the reference. Going Ghost, Call of Duty, Black Ops. I'm fairly sure it's, yeah. If not Black Ops, it's Modern Warfare. I know it's Call of Duty though. I'm sure it's Call of Duty. Yeah, Trump debate tonight is going to be very, very cool. You're right, bro, you are right, but pump like this, not enough. Peak of the bull run, we need to see, hoping at least $2 million $1. I think, again, you got to keep in mind that a lot of this bullish movement will end up occurring when regulations are in play, and once rate cuts the first initial rate cuts are done. Q4 of 2024, so next month, October through November, December, will be some of the most bullish times in crypto in this cycle. Of course, it'll be bullish from that point onwards as well. So we will start seeing a lot of price movement. I think we'll see Casper push very, very aggressively with these exchange listings coming out as well. With KLC20 coming out, KRI, 10 BPS will be, around the corner because it's coming out in Q1 of 2025. So it'll be, FOMO will start generating for that as well. We'll see a $1 Casper, in my opinion, very, very, very likely. I can't ever say guaranteed because nothing's guaranteed in this space, but very, very likely. I still believe $2 to $3. $2 is very, very bearish. $3 is conservative. $5 Casper is likely. $7 is hopeful, and $10 is very, very bullish for Casper. That's where my price targets are right now, and I'm judging that accordingly as the time goes on and where I think it's going to go from there. $1 will be the end of 2024, and Bitcoin minimum 80k. Let's go. Yeah, I believe that as well. I think $1 Casper is still on the card by the end of this year. I think we'll have to see probably a Binance and Kraken listing for that to happen, but I still think it's very, very possible. It's just like listening to YouTube on double speed in here. Yeah, well, when I do YouTube videos, it being a shorter content and structural script content as well, I take my time, I read the script, I formulate it. When I'm in here, I get excited, I just start speaking like a jackrabbit, and I speak too quickly. I try to slow it down, but there's only so much I can do. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, if it's too fast for people, again, please let me know, and I'll do my best to slow it down. But so far, I've had very few complaints about it. People say I talk fine, which is great to hear, and that way you also get more information in a more compact fashion about everything coming from Casper and crypto in general. I don't recall the Binance futures causing a major pump, but nothing stand out. Okay, so it was the buy bit that caused that, not the Binance futures. Okay, well, I must have misheard that or misremembered that. Either way, I will not make that mistake again. But it stands to time either way, that to go back to what Mohammed stated previously about the fact that when Casper sees big news, we see a 5, 8, 10% pump at most. The Bybit one caused, a 200x, a 2x. So a 200% gain from 5 to 15 cents in the span of what? About 2 weeks, give or take. So we do see more bullish price from it. It just depends on the nature of the big news. KS20 is big news, but it's not enough adoption in the market right now. If this came out in the bull cycle, I think we see a major pump, but it's coming out in a bear trap with rate cuts on the way, so there's not going to be enough market sentiment to see a bullish movement. And right now we can see over the past, I've gone way too deep there, in the past 4 days, or technically we'll look at it in the 2 days, because the KS20 announcement came out 2 days ago. In the past 2 days we have seen Casper increase in value by about 9%. And that's because there's not enough liquidity in the market right now. Scottish accent, yeah, that's definitely not happening. I think my Scottish accent's worse than my Liverpool accent. Not happening at all. I'm willing to take time with Casper, yeah. I think that's the best thing to do. Ultimately, you've got to remember, don't be emotional, be logical. Don't look short term, think long term. Just take your time, be patient. Patience is a virtue, and building your knowledge is the best way to build that as well. Manchester accent. Okay, now you guys are getting out of hand. I told you I can't do accents. Manchester, Liverpool, Scotland. No, none of them. I can't do anything. I can't say anything about accent. Half Cockney, half West Country here. Well, either way, I can't do accents, and my list doesn't help me either. You talk about market sentiment, but don't forget Casper performance. Yeah, exactly. I'll talk about market sentiment. Don't get me wrong. Market sentiments are very, very important to help judge crypto, and also help you give an idea of where Casper's going to go in the market, because that's obviously what we're talking about. But this sort of information helps you know that right now there seems to be a build up, like preparation towards rate cuts, towards corrections. People are preparing, taking out more and more investment into crypto and stocks. So it's good to understand that. You can understand where the market's going to go. But again, can't forget Casper in the bear cycle, the worst bear cycle, one of the worst bear cycles in history, went up. Like this launched in the peak of the bear cycle, and in peak of the bull cycle, and throughout the whole bear cycle, just increased in value the whole time. It's like this is the only project in this space that's done something like this. So market sentiment are very, very important, but Casper is one that seems to be able to go against the curve a little bit. And I'm sure it's going to do the same thing in this cycle as well, as the actual developments and use case for Casper starts coming out as well. But anyways, with that said, that now will be the end of the stream. I've been a bit longer this time around, an hour and 15 minutes. Aren't you guys lucky? But anyways, that's very much for the stream. Again, if you enjoy the streams, I'll be doing these daily. I thoroughly enjoy doing it with you guys. So by all means, please leave a like on the stream to get the just the stream out there for more people to see. Share with your friends so they can find out more about the stream as well, and know more about Casper and crypto. And subscribe for more if you're new to the stream, because I'll be doing these daily, 41 days in a row, and I'll be back again tomorrow, same time, 4 p.m. GBT, 4 p.m. BST, 12 p.m. which is midday EST, 9 a.m. PT, and 11:30 in Australia. And if you want to learn more about crypto market sentiments, then please, by all means, again, feel free to join my free Discord server. The link is in the chat right now in the description, and also on my YouTube homepage. I've been paying attention to Casper since 0.5 cents. The most common cause for pumps are exchange buys, no VCs, so they are forced to buy from the open market. Yeah, exchange listings are normally the most bullish, especially the early ones were the most common ways to see Casper pumps. The exchange listings coming out now, they aren't necessarily the bigger ones, or they aren't US ones, like this new one that's going to be coming out, so they haven't been as volatile. But with the US exchange coming out to Casper now, so more ways for US residents to get hold of Casper, and also with tier 1s incoming and confirmed as well, Kraken, Binance on the horizon, Coinbase, OKX very closely tied, we will see more significant pumps of Casper tier 1s as well. And as developments come out more and more, and Casper's use case increases more and more, medium exchange peer-to-peer, again, higher highs incoming. With that being said, again, thank you all for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow.